Prince Harry has been mercilessly mocked by royal fans on Twitter, who reckon he's photoshopped the front cover of his upcoming book. In particular, some pointed out that his ginger locks appear to have grown back in the picture. It features a sharp close-up shot of Harry looking stoic as he stares directly forwards. For some, however, that close-up shot appeared a little too sharp. Sharing the image, one person wrote on Twitter, "Who is this bloke? The cover of Spare? That's certainly not Harry. Too much Photoshop to make Harry look like a prize fighter." Agreeing, another person wrote, "Good job by whoever did the Photoshop though, you almost wouldn't recognise him." "So much Photoshop on his face, wouldn't recognise him if it fell over him," a third said. Getting a bit more specific with what they think Harry changed, another person tweeted, "Harry is pretty much a baldy himself. He can Photoshop some hair on his head for photos, but we all saw the live shots showing his bald head at the funeral." However, not everyone thought Harry had given himself a full head of hair. In fact, one royal fan thought he probably shouldn't have done. They wrote, "Why would Prince Harry okay a book cover that makes him look bald? Haha, should have called it hair." According to the description from publisher Penguin Random House, Spare will be raw, with unflinching honesty, as Harry offers insight, revelation, self-examination, and hard-won wisdom about the eternal power of love over grief. Royal biographer Angela Levin claimed the title betrays a deep shame and predicted the account is likely to be nasty towards the royal family. She said, "It tells you what he thinks about himself with some great deep shame that somehow he didn't feel like he was better than that. Diana did her absolute best so that he wouldn't feel like that. She tried to tell him there were more options, more things would be open to him. He's got freedom, but obviously that hasn't worked." Ingrid Seward, editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine, reckons the title doesn't reflect well on Harry. She said, "Being the Spare is still at the forefront of his mind all these years later, and he clearly feels belittled by it. It's really a bit pathetic that he hasn't managed to move on. Diana used to call him the Spare. Harry would say, 'I'm the Spare, I don't have to behave, I can do what I want.'" Furthermore, royal commentator Richard has claimed the title of Prince Harry's upcoming memoir sounds bitter and bodes ill this early into his dad's King Charles's reign. Richard Fitzwilliams explained that for the cynically minded, the title referenced the heir and a spare that any queen or king is expected to produce. Fitzwilliams explained that for the cynically minded, the title references the heir and a spare that any king or queen is expected to produce. Fitzwilliams said that this implies the author feels in the shadow of an elder brother and may well give details. This bodes ill, as does the timing so early in King Charles's reign for any reconciliation with the royal family. It just sounds bitter. This is a book that should never have been published, and the title bodes ill, as do the raw and unflinching details promised. Fitzwilliams also noted how even Edward VIII, known as the Duke of Windsor after his abdication, waited well over a decade before penning his memoir, following his departure from the royal family over his marriage to divorced American socialite Wallis Simpson. He concluded this is ill-advised, and in the interviews and serialization that's likely to precede its publication, there is likely to be a good deal of trouble for the royal family too. Last week a royal insider told the Daily Beast there's one chapter in particular that could spell big trouble for Charles.